Off the session with a poem about my beautiful wife, who sadly is not here tonight. It's the first time I've ever done a paid gig and she hasn't been here, but I've got my lovely friend Sabina giving me some moral support, a fellow Londoner. She's got some great books if you want to buy them later as well. Very spicy. Kicking off this session with a poem about my beautiful wife Roma. Just to give you some context for the poem. She is the cousin of the late great reggae superstar Sugar Minor, if anyone knows their reggae. Had a big hit with Good Thing Going back in the day. Sadly no longer with us, but this one, Empress. She might be a bit high actually. Let's see how we get on. Sorry about this. Smooth transition. Wait. You're Sugar's cuz. Got good things going, from reggae royalty with humbleness flowing. You are my empress, my warrior woman, my Jamaican queen. I'm your #1 fan. We saw the whole world and met at sea, and soon you were my wifey to be. I remember visiting your school in downtown Kingston, retracing your steps out of the friend zone, to Tough Gong Studios and Marley and Tosh's grave, and your joyful smile could save any rave. You say nice like rice and stop your noise. You're feisty but you know how to treat silly boys. We clap for higher pay for healthcare workers. You nursed all your life, no shirkers. Now I just want to grow old with you, because I love everything and anything you do. Now I just want to grow old with you, because I love everything and anything you do. Thank you. This next one I wrote when I was 19 years old, and sadly it's still relevant today with the likes of Tommy Robinson and arseholes like that. It's called Master Race Face. To get respect, you have to give respect. You've the face that launched 1,000 zits. You can't read Adolf's diary without moving your lips. The only woman's movement you like is from the waist down. You'll make some girl feel rich, a cosmetic surgeon. Being dumb as you look would need a frontal lobotomy. You're like Frankenstein's monster with Igor's personality. Someone said you look like Jimmy Dean, an old lady with a white stick. If my dog had your face, I'd shave its arse and make it walk backwards quick. You've nothing north of the shoulders. You'd lose in charades to Mr. Wonder. Letting you live at all was your mum's biggest blunder. You'd have to study for a blood test. You belong to Pooper. You think manual labour is the president of Cuba. You say this is the white land of your dreams, all of them wet. You reckon you grow on people, but so do hairy warts. You've done for equal rights what Psycho did for showers. You're the master race face, born to crawl and cower. Thank you. This next one is the single. It's out now. It is alluded to the official video is on YouTube, and it's directed by Openfield, who doing some amazing work with the top indie band English Teacher, much loved by The Guardian. If anyone has heard English Teacher, check them out. But the people who directed that directed my video, so it's on YouTube under Anti-Social Worker, 3 separate words, war in a ghetto. So here we go. I'm a peaceful hustler, but I've seen another life for some. Ego and money chasing, people doing silliness, pure vanities. Don't talk about urban regeneration if you can't regenerate mindsets. If you don't prove yourself, you're going to get stepped on. Only the para survive. You can't be a bomber hole on Hackney Road, not that manner, too hood. Postcode ghetto wars, allow it bro, allow it, we go again. There's inherited beef. 1 minute he goes to the shop with his mate, next minute he's been stabbed by an op. Every other day, 5-0 knock at his door. He'd like to go back in time. He knows how everything is going to end up. He's here in his yard, it's safe, it's calm. It's not safe out there, exploited, trafficked, keeping thugs sweet. The government only cares about itself. They're not talking to people in the blocks or council estates. They're talking to people in Chelsea or Mayfair. He gave up on himself in the borough. Like, this is the life. You don't need to look for it still. because it's right there. No one carries a shank for fashion. It's not for show. For him, it's for defence. If the time came, he'd be 100% prepared to use it. It's either him or them. He'd rather be in jail than dead. That's the grim reality. He feels like Superman till it's time to run. He's got his squad's back. People get shot at, wet up. People are dying. He's a soldier. If a soldier can do it, he can do it. It's another East Side story. His days are filled with hypervigilance, bare violations, anxiety attacks, and super paranoia. Bag of nitties, crack fiends, laughing hyenas, bullies, snitches, slipping, snakes, neeks, psychopaths on the front line. Desperate people do desperate things. You don't know what you're going to hear. Who's going to die next? He doesn't like speeding cars going the wrong way. Lean tints, black cars, dodgy license plates. He wants to leave. It's a sad life. There's nothing to be glamorised. Children die. Everyone wants to leave. It's just about timing. Dealing food, skin men running, roadmen running from the jakes. He can't be doing this no more. But as long as there is drugs and poverty, we'll always have a gang problem. He likes his probation officer. She's like family. He can't even argue with her. Magistrates give him a 12-month referral order under the supervision of a youth offending team. He's enrolled in college. He seems to be turning his life around. No more county lines. No more stab vests for the ghetto youth. No more county lines. No more stab vests for the ghetto youth. Thank you. This one, they're jokes. My glasses keep hitting the mic. People think I go out of my way to piss them off. Trust me, it's not out my fucking way at all. Sometimes I question my sanity. Occasionally it replies. Going to the bank today and hopefully sort out all my money problems. Wish me good luck. Now where's that balaclava? The path to inner peace begins with 4 words. Not my fucking problem. If you don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. My neighbours are listening to some sick music tonight, whether they like it or not. Co-worker said to me, "Can you be any more annoying?" Tomorrow, I'm wearing tack shoes to work. The rich and powerful piss on us, and the media tell us it's raining. B to the A to the R to the E to the J to the O to the K to the E to the S. Bare jokes, thank you. In a former life, I used to be a music journalist with the NME. Hopefully you've heard of the NME, have you? The New Musical Express. In the 80s, from I mean it was 83 to 90. But I've always been fascinated by newspaper headlines, and these are some alternative headlines that I came up with, and it's called True News 2. It is what it is until it is what it isn't. Get your Johnson out of our democracy. Partygate was Pinocchio's fate. The unspeakable, still in pursuit of the uneatable. Fur worn by beautiful animals and ugly people. Help the police, beat yourself up. Save water, bath with a friend. Stop air pollution, quit breathing. Support wildlife, vote for an orgy. Depressive neurosis is nothing to laugh about. No arms for the Venus de Milo. Conserve energy, make love more slowly. Life, liberty, and the happiness of pursuit. Silence those who oppose freedom of speech. It's me and you against the world. When do we attack? Old soldiers never die, just young ones. When I hear the word gun, I reach for my culture. George Orwell was an optimist. It's 1948 for dyslexics. Reality is for people who can't cope with drugs. Be creative, invent a perversion. Je suis Marxist, tendency Groucho. Gravity is a myth, the earth sucks. Mushroom management, keep employees in the dark and feed them shit. Fighting for peace is like screwing for virginity. The poor can't make ends meet while the rich make ends overlap. Evil spelt backwards is live. Don't get mad, get even. Women like the simple things in life, like men. Learn the 3 R's, riot, rave, rebel. God is black, yes she is. The devil finds work for idle glands. Help a London child, blank a social worker. All's fear in love and war. Where there's a pill, there's a way. Masturbate, you meet a better class of person. I'm leading the revolution. Which way did it go? If Tories get up your nose, pick it. Guy Fawkes, the only person to enter Parliament with honest intentions. Anti-disestablishmentarianism is easier done than said. Public sector workers, not all superheroes wear cloaks. Dancing is a vertical expression of a horizontal desire. The Tory party is the cream of society, thick, rich and full of clots. The peasants are revolting, say our rulers. Taking the W's, not the L. Taking the W's, not the L's, because winners never lose and losers never win. Facts. Thank you. This one is dedicated to these sort of gammon people like Piers Morgan, etc. It's called Woke Warrior. Woke comes from the African American, meaning alert to racial prejudice and discrimination. But now it means all social inequalities, ism and schism, such as transphobia, sexism, classism, ableism, colorism. It means talking about white privilege and slavery reparation justice, or identity politics and all forms of social justice. Stay woke was used by musos like Leadbelly and Erica Badu, but to me it means the marginalised and oppressed too. It became popular with millennials and Gen Z, but then the shite right tried to turn it on its head, talking about woke washing and woke capitalism, but the enlightened wide awakes mean anarchist socialism. Marcus Garvey shelled down with Wake Up Africa. Stay woke hashtags like Free Pussy Riot went far. BLM activists use it to counter an anti-woke Trump fad. But now it's an insult with woke act and PC gone mad. They say we're living in a world so woke that whatever you do, you can't make a joke. So they say any protest music is cultural appropriation. Get woke, go broke without any of the fun. He, she, it, her, him, us. Personal pronouns, who cares? Anything the Daily Mail hates, I love as a dare. I'm proud to be a chav, another insult, and woke warrior ting. You better believe me, woke is the real thing. Thank you. Right, this one is quite a triggering one for me actually. It's about police brutality that I faced in East London. And it's called Cell, C-E-L-L. I'm proper reckless as a teenager, absolutely no fear and always in danger. I'm bugging out for hours in the cell overnight, wanting a phone call, demanding my rights. Just one thin blanket to keep me warm in this dirty, nasty space with no form. They're not even letting me take asthma meds. This is standard procedure from the London feds. Take my belt and my crepe laces still. in case I top myself as I lose my will. In the Jekyll and Hyde interview from officers, my so-called crime is having black mates for years. No comment, I say, right through the card to those corrupt no-good dogs from Scotland Yard. Then in the morning they let me go free, and the 2-bit brief they give me charges no fee. Institutionally racist, sexist and homophobic too. You get no justice from the bullying boys in blue. They boast they are the biggest gang in London town, more ruthless than the gangsters they aim to bring down. During strikes they waved overtime checks at struggling miners. Down Wapping they horse-charged battens at women and their minors. Murdering women and disrupting protesters. Tasering and shoot first, ask questions later occurs. They are diametrically opposed to community police. It's time to replace the Metropolitan Police. Thank you. I've been very lucky to have done poetry with all my heroes, people like Linton Kwesi Johnson, amazing people like John Cooper Clarke, who really got me into poetry, and this man who we sadly lost quite recently. This is my tribute to him, and I shared the stage with him many times, and it's called Zephaniah the Prophet. It's about Benjamin Zephaniah, right? Described as the people's laureate, you really knew where it was at. Incarceration, racism and heritage Jamaica, your words would very rarely jar. Won the Young Playwright Award, wrote books and albums in due accord, acted in the major drama Peaky Blinders, a proud Brummie, hated people wearing furs, committed vegan and animal rights activist, and also self-identified as an anarchist. Rejected the OBE as angry with empire, like slavery it belonged on the funeral pyre. Son of a postman and a nurse, street politics became your curse. Named yourself after a biblical prophet, dyslexia didn't stop your wit. Went to Borstal for burglary, moved to London, prejudice on the daily. Poet in residence for Michael Mansfield QC. Pen Rhythm, The Dread Affair, Rasta Time on BBC. Supported amnesty against bigotry and reggae, for the many against the few who didn't pay. Life and Rhymes entertained on Sky. Brain tumour meant the final goodbye. The James Brown of dub poetry gone. Jah Rastafari will forever sing your song. You went by the name Zephaniah. In the poetry world you were pure fire. Thank you. Just two more. Callum, I don't know if you're recording?
Yeah,
Oh, you are?
I got you.
I just wanted Callum to capture these because these are quite personal ones. I've never done them before. There's about 3 or 4 very personal, quite triggering poems, but they're quite cathartic as well, you know. And this one, when I was 17 years old, I was a terrible, well, how can I put it? My mum kicked me out at 17 because I was stealing so much music. I mean, I was obsessed with music. And I couldn't afford it. This is in the days where you literally were paying like, I don't know, a tenner for an album or whatever. And I couldn't, and I love reggae music and black music so much, and I couldn't afford any of it. I used to go in Boots and nick loads of albums. This is before security tags and whatever, and cameras and all that. And about half my collection was stolen, and my mum just had enough. You know, the police were coming at the door and all the rest of it. And so I ended up in a homeless hostel in Dock Street, down Wapping, if anyone knows that area, on the Thames. It was an old Seaman's mission, and I was there with some real, lovely people. I befriended them all, but they were, real down and out people who were at the bottom of the pile. And this one's called Hidden Homeless. Family feud, I'm on the street as a boy. Need to get some food and some heat and joy. Find a hostel down Dockland East End. Got a room to stop me going round the bend. Still want a place to call my own. But this for years is what I'll call home. Befriending junkies, psychiatrics, rent boys, underclass. Times are tough, need to break out this farce. Trying to be a writer but people judge me. Acting wavy, acting shady is the key. In the big bad city, they show no pity. You're one paycheck from trading places, see? I'm a human being, not just hidden homeless. Need a break to get out of this test. You ask for help and the doors slam shut. Looking for stability out of this rut. All my life in one big suitcase, pretending to be the ultimate ace face. You talk hard because it's all you've got, but homelessness is loneliness. That's your lot. Thank you. And this is the last one tonight. Again, this is a bit of a triggering one. I hope it's not too dark. I've done some funny stuff tonight to make you laugh, but this is about abuse, and it's appropriately called nonce. I was 5 and super cute with blonde wavy hair. Carefree, I'd run ahead of my parents, but you tried to steal my childhood by force and fear, raiding my innocence. I struggled and slipped your grasp. Tears, fears, disbelief and dread, trying to act out your sick lust. My disgust at your BO and dirty tobacco breath. I screamed as loud as I could. My dad, a fit sports teacher, gave chase. He would have battered you for sure. The fright will never be forgotten. Some cuts too deep to heal quickly. I'll never comprehend the vile act you tried. But I was lucky, I was a survivor. I am no longer that scared child, but you will always be a contemptible nonce. Thank you. That's all for yours truly, Andy Social Worker. Until we meet again, peace, love, power to the people. And can I just say, can you all take your phones out just for like 10 seconds? Is that all right? I just want you to just put this on your phones just so if you tell me when you're ready. Give us a thumbs up. Not filming me, just write something on your phone. if you just write, if you just write M1music, M1music.com.